not in Skagit County right now, I can tell that. A few of you know me, and I know a few of you because some of you come down our way once in a while, and I am from Skagit County. And a few of you come down once in a while and rile us up and keep us going. Looking at some of you. Anyway, thanks for coming to this event and recognizing me and the other heroes and taking time to contribute to some great causes. Hannah Coughlin writes these things about us, and most of us don't really recognize ourselves in what she writes, but she does a good job. But she did ask us to say a little bit about our work with resources. Before I do that, though, you have had some heroes in the past from Skagit County. Some very big shoes have walked up this way. Last year, Martha Bray was here. Saul Weisberg has been up here from North Cascades Institute. Bill Dietrich has been up here as a hero. So those are huge shoes from where I come from, and I hope I can live up to them. And it is really a big honor when I think of those people. Many years ago, 7 or 8, 9 years ago, I was doing some work down in Skagit County, and I saw a note for a class at the Skagit Valley College in the evening where some people were going to come, and basically what they were looking for were stormwater snoops. It was resources, and the Department of Ecology from the field office down here in Fairhaven. There were a whole bunch of them, and 3 of us showed up to learn how to be a stormwater snoop. And basically what they wanted us to do, and they taught us construction stormwater sites and how construction is supposed to manage stormwater. And then they wanted us to go stand on public right-of-way around construction sites, which they'd send us lists of, and watch. And if we saw anything that didn't look right, take pictures and send all this in to somebody who is going to yell a lot here. And, the other 2 guys got up and walked out. They said, no, I'm not going to do that. And I didn't, because that was right up my alley. I just think watchdogging and paying attention, somebody's got to do it, because people are not altruistic all the time. But not many do. But some of them came with me tonight, and you guys that did, thank you very much for helping us keep going. I could go on with some more stories about my work with resources, but I think some people in the room here might hope that I don't, so I'm not going to do that because there have been some dandies. The organization that nominated me is the Northwest Straits Foundation, also located here. And they're sitting over the table, and I really appreciate that. The Northwest Straits Foundation and the Northwest Straits Initiative and the 7 Marine Resources Committees in the 7 counties that make up the Northwest Straits, they have a kind of a hard time getting their message and their image and their story out as to who they are and how they operate, partly because they're 3 different groups and they kind of have the same names and it's hard for people to keep track. But they certainly are a group that, as a model, can get so much done with so few resources over such a wide variety of projects and geographic area. It's really been a great honor for me to be a volunteer and help that organization do some of the things that they do. Just really, I can't say enough for being recognized. I am a volunteer. I don't work for any organization. I'm not employed by anybody, and I don't sit on the board of any organization. And I deliberately try not to do that because I'm also a member of the public, and I watch and I care a lot about this big Puget Sound partnership and making Puget Sound and the Straits a lot better by 2020. And there's a tremendous amount of money being spent and a tremendous number of projects and things being done, and a lot of people talking about that. And I try and say, well, wait, I'm a member of the public, and most of that money is coming out of my pocket. I'm a member of the public, and most of that money is coming out of my pocket. And it seems to me that I need to pay attention to see if I like the way my money is spent. And I got to tell you, frankly, mostly I don't. I think a lot of the money that I'm spending as a member of the public to get things done is far too many meetings and reports and things like that, and not enough things on the ground and not enough great big thinking about that. So that's an area where I have tried to put some energy. And as a volunteer, there's thousands and thousands of people like me, so I'm not anybody special. And I want to accept this award really in the name of all of those volunteers, if you're here with me tonight, but many, many more, who without them doing their thing in the way they will and the way they want to and the things that are meaningful for them, is how things get done here. Organizations like you do the planning and get us moving and point us in the right direction, but it's those folks with the boots on the ground that really make a difference. I'm proud to be one. And that brings me kind of to the last point I want to make. I might be the only person or one of the very few people who have read hundreds and hundreds of pages of the things that the publications and things that the Puget Sound Partnership and the organizations that are part of that put out for public review. And I'm one of about 3 people who ever go to any of the meetings and say anything about it. Why you picked me, I don't know, but you did. And invariably the comment I make back to them is, you guys write all this stuff, and most of you in your organizations are guilty of this too. And when a person reads it, they're not sure what the heck you're trying to say. And I have taken many of these writings and put them through one of these ease of reading calculators where you can take a bunch of words. Microsoft Word has one if you run review, and it'll tell you what grade level you just wrote for. And I got to tell you, there was a letter to the people of Puget Sound from the Leadership Council a couple of years ago, a letter to the people of Puget Sound about the situation. I put it through the FOG index. You had to have a graduate degree to understand the letter to the people of the Puget Sound. Everybody needs to remember that the public needs very succinct, what is the problem? What do you want them to do? Get it in, get it quick, get that message out. There's some legislators here, that's what they need to go to where they go to get action taken. They can't use huge, long, extensive scientific things that are just hard to remember and hard to do. So that's a message I'd like to have you. It's a mission I'm on to try and get the overall Puget Sound Partnership view to present some very specific facts about what wants to be done and what needs to be done and what an individual can do to help. Meaningful things that address those indicators that we're all trying to see go the right way. And so I hope that you and your organizations will take that to heart as well. And try to give us volunteers words, succinct words that we can take when we're out in the field and we get approached by a member of the public and say, what are you guys doing? That we can use those words to answer those questions. Today, frankly, we make them up. We make up our work on the fly. Some of the guys say, what are you guys doing? Well, we're looking for forage fish. Why? Well, because, they're important. Why are they important? Well, because birds like it. So, but what do you want this person to do to help protect these things that are important? And so that's my message. And thank you all up here for keeping Whatcom County clean, and we're doing our best down in Skagit County, and I think between the two of us, it's working pretty well. Thank you very much.